This is Suzanne Wagner, and I'm doing the weekly astrology for December 8th through 14th, 2024. As we move towards the holidays, we can feel ourselves stretch into new and subtle realms. The focus is on creativity and how that opens doorways into new and exciting realms. Where it will lead, we don't know, but the feeling is strong, and the connections of to the internal changes that we long for becomes a new and vibrant intention. Something seems to be coming in, and through our awareness, we're going to see what that might create in our world. December 9th, the moon goes into Aries. The moon will shift out of Pisces this morning and into the more dynamic and forward-focused sign of Aries. Seems we need to spark that independent streak inside of us and allow ourselves to discover new places that inspire our passions and allow us to inspire others. This moon will conjunct to Neptune at the end degrees of Pisces, and we may notice that some feel more emotionally raw and reactive. Give others space to work through what they are feeling, and know that some things need to be done personally and in the solitude of our own psyche. The moon will connect to the North Node in Aries, and this gives us a 1-2 punch to move towards our goals and dreams. In life, all great passions require a sacrifice, and at times a death of our old way, our old beliefs, and our old illusions. Know that on the other side is something worth the sacrifice. December 10th, the sun will trine to Chiron in Aries. This could feel like a lovely day. It might seem as if the sun is shining on you. A doorway opens and a new level of excitement is in the air. These two forces of fire are moving into a place where they intend to inspire us to greatness and spur us onward towards a place of growth that shares and cares. This aspect is lovely for relationships and is something that gives us more courage and confidence. We feel the insecurities from our past are no longer a factor, and we may embrace this new self that has wanted to expand into a new domain for a while. We can feel that we are becoming something very new. Our old self feels like a skin that has been shed, and we are feeling no longer constricted by our past, but instead have expanded into our future. New connections can surface, and they are there to help us along our path. That can allow our story to not just grow, but be shared in a new way. This is a moment of validation that all that work has not been for nothing. We know that we are firmly on a new path, and while this path still has its challenges, we feel up to the tasks and more willing than ever to take feedback and allow this new growth to take us into uncharted territories. December 11th, the moon goes into Taurus. The moon in Taurus has a way to steady the ship that has now pulled up its anchors and is hoisting its sails. The sun trining Chiron yesterday has us feeling ready, willing, and able to go forth. While it is exciting, we do need to keep our feet on the ground and deal with the mundane while that dream matures into greatness. December 12th, Venus in Aquarius will oppose Mars in Leo. As Venus moves forward, it bumps into an opposition with the retrograde Mars in Leo. It will feel as if you have one foot in the North Pole and one foot on the South Pole. Spanning such vast spaces can feel strained at times. We see our own duality and contractions and contradictions. We see we are out of balance, and the steps required to come back into better alignment. It shows us the realization that we can exist in multiple dimensions and realities simultaneously. It opens our mind to the possibilities that will allow us to recognize that we are so much more than we had perceived. The tensions of the past years and months are now seeming as if the contradictions of this new birthing that intends to shove us out of our old reality and into a place of passion. We needed to shed a lot of old crap in order to do that, and the universe is not done shedding that old and outdated. As the new comes in, it will have many problems, but at least we are attempting to move in directions that will support change and teach from experiences, both good and bad. December 13th, Mercury will sextile to Venus and the moon will move into Gemini. We are inching towards the end of the Mercury retrograde. As it begins to slow down in the sky, it will sextile to Venus in Aquarius today. This gives us that extra something that inspires us to do another thing and embrace another way of being. Metaphorically and literally, we are rewriting our story. We are looking at things with new and very different eyes. We intend to promote liberation through abject honesty. That does not mean others are being honest, but it does mean that we see the dishonesty happening everywhere, and we choose to start being much more honest with ourselves about our own lives, and that is how we free ourselves from the trap. This week presents many mirrors. Some of those mirrors you might have forgotten about. Some of those mirrors are finally having the sheets taken off the frames, and we see those events from our past and our past self in a new light. We recognize that our capacity is being stretched, and we have no choice but to move forward, even if that is currently in a place of more unknown than ever before. Have courage. You cannot see the door, but the door is there. Feel with your hands in your heart, not your head. As you learn to trust, you heal your heart, and you find a new place of self-acceptance. Thanks, everyone.